Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stu and the Crew. It's week 12. The Carolina Panthers are 6-5.
Let's
It's a good
go.
time to be alive. We
Great.
have two special guys as our guests today. Um, you know, Carolina's finest, in my opinion. Uh, Chris Lane and Cory Lane, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, guys. How y'all doing, man? How y'all feeling? How we living? We
Good.
good?
We're
Doing
living
good
good,
now.
man.
The Panthers got it above 500 again and got something to root for. And man, I live for this time of year.
Yeah, man.
It's
That's
truly
what
the
I'm
best
talking
time of
about.
year. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's so interesting how our paths cross, right? Um, I'm gonna take the fans right now back to a couple moments that I had, Chris, uh, where Coyote Joe sticks out the most to me because
We need video. We need a video to show everybody how incredible this moment was.
yeah, so I'm there with my fam, with my friends, and you were kind enough to give us some tickets to the concert. You and Cory on stage. Cory, you got up there and got on the mic too at one point during that concert.
Yeah, he lets me
Um,
do that every now and then.
but I got on there, and luckily you had a song that I knew that I could sing. Montel Jordan, this is how we do it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. You're right. I was thinking which song was that, but you're right. This is how we do it. That
yeah.
was one. We don't play it anymore, but you know what? If you want to come out to a show, I'll be glad to throw that back in the set and get you up there.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
go, boy.
But yeah, what a moment, and obviously a super hype song to get the crowd into it, and then obviously just to have the goat up there doing it himself
Yeah, man.
had the crowd in Carolina going crazy there at Coyote Joe's. It was a fun
Yeah, man.
moment.
Yeah, I was a choir boy, so I can hold a note or two,
Oh yeah,
So
you're legit, dude.
yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Let's do
You
a
know me.
Chris Lane featuring Jonathan Stewart
Yeah,
collab, bro.
yeah. Definitely need to do that. That's in the cards, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rush us. You can't rush greatness. It'll
Dabble
come.
into dabble
Me
into
and
some
me,
country music
me
over
and
there, man.
me and Cory, we be jamming in the golf cart
Oh
about
yeah.
every 2 weeks or so. It seems like now playing golf. You got to come out here to Carolina so we can do the same.
Well, dude, if I could stop having kids, I'd eventually get free to do that.
Which, by the way, congratulations on your baby girl.
Thank you, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're 4 days now, I think, from being home from the hospital. So that part feels good.
yeah,
Just glad to have everybody happy, healthy. Um, but yeah, we are exhausted. There's been hardly no sleep since we've been home. That's just kind of part of it. You know, Cory was smart. He was smart enough to stop after one. So
Cory, Cory, man, you got some wisdom there to share with anyone?
Yeah. Just I was one and done, and I did it earlier in life, so he's
Yeah,
now doing it much later in life. So now my son's about to be 15 years old, and now we're just kicked back playing golf together all
yeah,
the time, and
living the dream.
yeah.
living the dream. I love
How many
seeing the.
kids you got, Jay Stu?
I got two daughters. I got
Oh
a
yeah.
8-year-old and I got a 4-year-old. Kaya and Nora. They're both joys to our world, and just it's awesome, man. When you're able to be a parent, that's when you really start to form this understanding of what life is all about, right?
Oh yeah.
Passing down the legacy. They make you better, right? They make you better men. If you're a woman, they make you a better woman.
Yeah.
Because they're everything. They're everything that you live for at that point on, right? You owe everything to them, as far as giving them the best opportunity to excel in life,
Sure.
and you want to make sure you're a representation of who you want them to become, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
so it's a beautiful thing, man, to be a parent.
Well, it's my first girl. Give me some advice since you've got two. You know, I have a 4-year-old boy, a 3-year-old boy who are they become best friends, but they are wild and just the energy does not stop. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how it goes with the girl.
Well, she's gonna be a tough one. That's what I can
Oh
tell
yeah.
you. She's got two brothers that are gonna be watching after her, so you don't have to worry about that. But I will say this, man, just be, you know, having girls makes you softer,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. I think You know, as
Sure.
men, we are taught to be hard and strong, and you know, our feelings sometimes need to be, you know, put on the back burner. But you know, they bring out the best of you in that department. They make you realize, you know, what's important, and you try to cherish those moments where there's tears. You know, you want to be the dad that, you know, they respect as far as what you have to tell them, but you also want to be, you know, you want to have the you want to give them the confidence and knowing that they can come to you with
Yeah.
anything, right?
Yeah.
So just being a good listener. That's basically how I am at the house. I am surrounded by women, and I listen, and I listen, and I listen.
Smart man.
Yeah. But dude, let's get to these Panthers, man. Huh? How
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 about
we
it?
feeling?
I'm personally, I'll let Cory speak on how he's feeling, but I've been so up and down. Obviously, we had so many great weeks there in a row where we just it wasn't pretty, but we found a way to win. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I will take a win. I don't care if it's 3-2, 1-0. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's
You know, I was at Corey's house the other day for your guys' birthday.
Oh yeah.
You weren't there, Chris. What were you doing?
I was
Oh,
probably in the daggone hospital waiting on this
you were
child to
dealing with
come
a
out.
baby. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but you know, Corey was there and he was like you can feel the temperature reading on him, which was, yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's my birthday and all, but I don't really care. I just want the Panthers to win tomorrow.
That's literally the
Yep.
only thing I wanted for my birthday was for the Panthers to win tomorrow.
And they
Yeah,
did
man.
not. They did
They did
not.
not, but at the same time, it's like it is one of those things where week by week, man, you got to come be prepared because anybody can beat anybody. Obviously, we're seeing that this year. I feel like more than ever because
Yeah.
you know we go into Green Bay and then Green Bay before that looked like the team that could be going to the Super Bowl. So it's like week to week. I mean, I feel like maybe went in and took the Saints a little bit light, and they came into the house and just gave it to us.
Yeah,
So
man.
We got
You
to
know, you
find a
guys
way. I think find a way just over these next two games. We got two really tough teams that we're about to play. We got to find a way to sneak out at least one from them to keep our to keep the fire alive. And obviously we need Tampa Bay to keep dropping the ball here as well and
yeah.
to keep us in it. But man, it feels good. You know, the last 3 or 4 years have been really tough.
tough.
As a fan to watch and just, you know, every year's a new year. That's what we're always saying in the beginning. And when it doesn't work out, it's just, it makes it tough for sure. But this year we're putting up a fight. I love to see the team fighting, every week and just praying that it all works out here in the end. My kids have definitely seen a different side of me on Sunday. I mean, I'm screaming at the TV. I'm going crazy. They're excited for it. They love it. They can't wait till Sunday now to watch football because I'm so animated.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
how you create fandom, right? You know,
Yeah.
you guys are both from Kernersville, Carolina. Like, ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen, shout out to your hometown.
Big deal.
You know, when you guys, what was it like for you guys to become Panther fans? Right? Like, you know, the Panthers came here in '95.
Yep.
And like, where were you guys at? Like, what were y'all? You guys are athletes. You guys played football in high school, had baseball talent as well. Like, give me a rundown as far as how you became a Panthers fan.
Well, we both ended up playing baseball there at UNC Charlotte for 4 years. So we got to spend a lot of time in Charlotte. And naturally, being from Kernersville, we were Panther fans from the very moment they came into the league. Now, I will say my fandom, but I can speak for both of us on this. Our fandom kind of grew over the years. And then we start getting into the glory years with you and Cam and just those teams that were so much fun to watch. I think we went from being great fans to super fans and absolutely psychotic over every single game.
The last 3 or 4 years has been so difficult because I feel like my weekly mood depended on whether the Panthers
Yeah,
won or
that's
not.
true.
So we've spent months just down in the dumps, hoping the next week we would turn it around, and we just never could do it.
Oh man, the Panthers out here making people depressed, but not this year.
Yeah, see, now we're on the high of highs right now. So, and feeling hopeful for years to come. I feel like, because regardless of whether we make the playoffs this year, I still feel hopeful, because I feel like
signs of light,
building on at least something right now.
Yeah, that's what's so special about sports, right? Like, you have a sports team that brings people together, but also sets the tempo for people's week. Games on Sunday, people go to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
But during football season, people come together in these stadiums, and they're there for one cause and one cause only. And it's to see their team and root their team on to victory. And when you do have a season like the Carolina Panthers are having right now, coming out of the ashes, you guys obviously are fans from day one. You now get to experience, the wait. The wait is over almost, right? It's now we got to 500. Now we're above 500.
Yeah.
Now we are in the middle of the season, 11 games in. We don't even we have our bye week still too, right? So there's a lot of things that are kind of matching up into our favor. But as every fan, there's always the emotional Panther fan, and then there's the delusional Panther fan. Cory, which one are you?
Between delusional and what was the other one?
Emotional.
I'm emotional, but I feel like I'm so fair, because I'm just like I used to get so mad when we would lose and stuff like that, but now I'm just like, I'm trying to understand. I'm just so hopeful, just for I feel like where we're headed into a much better place. So emotional. Me and Chris both are highly emotional, and Callaway, from watching games with me over the years, is one of the most emotional kids I've ever seen in my life. I almost can't bear to watch a game with him now.
Yeah. Is he just stressed out? You
So
talking about
passionate,
stressed out about the Panthers?
We've always, both of us, and now Callaway, I feel like we lived and died upon every single play. Like, if we didn't get the first down, we're like, oh my God, it's over. Like, and he's now doing the same.
The first run of the game.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you guys need to relax. Okay. Maybe we all just need to go sit down and watch a football game together, so you guys can learn
that would be incredible
to just be calm, composed, so that way no one gets hurt.
Yes.
So I've got a question for you. What is it like, as someone who wasn't just good in the league and a stud, but just an absolute beast and someone who dominated? What is it like for you right now to sit and watch the games from your standpoint of things? Like, you're probably not going to be as emotional as us, because you played the game and you kind of you get it a little bit more. But I'm just from someone who's played in the game at a very high level and been incredible. What is it like for you watching the games now? Are you like, I want to be out there so bad?
That's a good question. And it's not what people think, right? Like, I'm retired. And when I retired, that meant I know I cannot play football. I know I cannot perform anymore. And I actually became I became a real life Panther fan when I retired. I didn't expect it. Yeah. I didn't expect to really, be so connected and so invested as a fan as I am now. And it's a little different. I'd have my moments where I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Or what's he doing? Or like, what was that? Or come on, ref. There's a lot of moments where I get disappointed. And I think those are the moments where you become a fan, because when you are disappointed, when you are let down, but for whatever reason, when it's Sunday, you still believe, right?
Agreed.
There's an opportunity that this thing can shift.
Yep.
And it's been that way for a long time. It's been that way for majority of my retired life as a football player. I've been watching the Panthers go through their ups and downs. And I'm now, now it's paying dividends, right? Last year when I believed when nobody did, the year before that when I believed when nobody did, it's basically stacking those chips. It's the investment of belief. And when you are going through those hard seasons and you get a season like we're seeing now, we're 6-5, we're a half game away from being the leader in our division. We have, what people say, one of the hardest schedules left
I
to
know.
finish out the rest of the season. But how I see it is we have an opportunity to really showcase to the world how good we are. Because
Yeah.
in all essence, as you guys know, you guys play ball. You don't want to peak in the middle of the season, in the beginning of the season, or even at the end of regular season. You want to start peaking right there in playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And so we are ascending right on time, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
I got
I
a
have
question for
high
you.
hopes, man.
I got a question for you, JC.
yeah.
Obviously, you did it at the highest level in the biggest games and all that. Obviously, just from us playing sports our whole life and stuff like that, and getting a small feel for, I just can't imagine being out on the field and being the person to score the touchdowns and stuff like that. What is the feeling for you, especially like when you score and then you're looking up into the stands? Because obviously we're just seeing it from a suite standpoint or up in the stands, whatever. And we're all losing our minds. It's just got to be like the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah. It is one of the greatest feelings ever when you come out onto that field and you hear the noise, you hear, this static noise that's so consistent, right? And when you do something really well, you hear these peaks of that static noise, basically. Um, it's electric, man. When you
Got it.
go out into that field and we have, offensive player introductions for a week or so, and they call your name from the University of Oregon running back Jonathan Stewart, and then you go out there and the smoke clears away, and then you just jump with. I used to just jump out of the tunnel because I had so much energy out
Yeah,
of
I know.
Yeah.
nowhere, right? And
God,
that was the only way that I could release it. And then once you release it, it's game time,
yep.
right? You go out there, you jog out into the field, and moments when you score a touchdown, you know, I think in the moment you're just really looking to celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah.
And when Cam came along and started giving the ball to fans, it became about that. It became about, okay, let me share this moment with the fans.
Yeah.
This is us. You guys helped us do this. Like, obviously we're out here on the field and we're executing with the plays, but on home games, and even more so on away games, the appreciation for hearing the fans in the stands. We hear you, especially in these. We're down there in Tampa Bay, with Carolina. Roaring Riot, all those people. They travel so well, and when you see a Panther fan from far away, you're saying, "I see you and I appreciate you,"
Yeah.
and that goes a long way. But it's an electric feeling, when you're experiencing that noise. It's no different, in my opinion, from what you guys experience when you're on the stage and you guys are at concerts, right? And people are
Yeah.
singing your songs word for word. And it's like, man, this appreciation for something that I've spent so much time on, and being
Yeah.
vulnerable, showcasing, what's on my heart, what's on, and being on the drums, and making sure that the rhythm is set. Because Cory, if the drum is off, the song's off,
I
right?
agree.
So like and so you take this pride into what you're doing for the fans, and you're just so glad, and so you have so much gratitude for being able to just share that with the fans. So I mean, you guys experience the same thing. It's just different.
Yep.
Talking about electric. I wish you could find the clip and put it up on the screen here for everybody to see. But I have a very vivid memory of this. We're out on the tour bus, out on tour at the time. I think were we on tour? Florida Georgia Line or Rascal Flats at the time? I don't remember specifically, but we're watching. I believe it's a playoff game. Maybe it was Seattle. You'll have to remind me, but it was the first play of the game. You take the handoff
Oh yeah.
and you're just off to the races. And I remember all of us on the bus as diehard fans, we thought we had just won the daggone Super Bowl. We were going absolutely psychotic. And
Yeah, that was the
everybody on that
Seattle game.
tour, yeah, Seattle, you're right. You're right. Wasn't it the
Mhm.
first play of the game? You just
First
take it
play of the
and
First play of the game, and I was just coming off of a broken foot. So yeah,
gee.
yeah, and I came out of that thing smoking. I followed Mike Tolbert, and I heard a collision, and I knew it was time for me to go.
I tell my kids all the time they're really starting to get into football right now, and it's so much fun for me to see. And we're playing upstairs in the house, and they're just tackling each other each other to the ground, and I'm throwing passes. I'm like, all right, let's make the world's greatest catches. And I put like this pad on the ground, and I'll throw it, and they're diving. And as their dad who loves football, it is incredible to see, because that's all I've ever dreamed of. Like, please give me an athletic kid of some kind, and both of them are loving it. But I'm always like, come on, bro, you got to be beast mode. Beast mode. Like, if they get hurt, I'm like, no, that's not what football players do. You just beast mode, get through it.
Yeah.
My father-in-law was telling me this morning when I told him I was jumping on with you. He was like, I know you say the word beast mode to your boys all the time. He was like, but you want to know the definition of beast mode? He was like, Jonathan Stewart at Oregon, he's a diehard Oregon Ducks fan.
Oregon Ducks fan.
Diehard.
We should have had him on
right?
here so we can talk about the Ducks. The Ducks got a big one this week against USC.
Oh, yes, you're right. They do. That will probably determine which team goes to the playoffs, right?
Yep.
Wow, yeah, he'll be a wreck the entire week then.
You should call him and give him some crap.
Oh, trust me, he gives me so much crap over the Panthers, and he's a diehard Cowboys fan. But he's even more so of a real diehard Ducks fan. Like he's kind of a fair weather. I shouldn't say diehard. He's a fair weather Cowboys fan, and enjoys watching the game. But he's really into college football and Oregon Ducks.
Yeah. Speaking of Cowboys fans, those are the actual delusional fans.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I love when we beat them this year, because that just had to hurt them even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, we were at that game. That was fun to watch.
Everybody counted us out too in that, and
yeah, I agree.
Panthers showed up big. Speaking of the season, we're 6-5. What game did you realize? Okay. The Panthers might be back here. What game was that for you guys? Cory, let's start with you.
I mean, I was at the Miami game, and we're getting annihilated. And I remember I'm up in a suite and I'm sitting behind the goalpost, and I remember just sitting up there and being like, this can't actually get any worse, because I think it was 17-0 at that point in time. But for whatever reason, I still was just holding on for the belief that we could somehow come back. And so when we started coming back, and then, what a win that was. And at the same time, I feel like you could just see, I feel like we've not been down that much in a long time and come back. So it's like, I feel like in that moment, maybe this is something different than what we've experienced in the past. And then the next week beat the Cowboys. So it was like, or whenever that was that back-to-back weeks?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So that's when I started like, wow, we actually,
we got something special, huh?
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
I think for me, it was in between that Cowboys game. Like that was a big win and a huge momentum boost for, I think, for the team. And then ultimately, it's really that win in Green Bay. Again, it wasn't pretty by any means, but finding a way to go in against a really great team in their home field and to pull out a victory there, that's not easy to do. Like, they don't lose a ton at home. So I think for me, that's when I realized, all right, maybe we actually have something here. We just have to find a way to just keep chipping away, man, and keep getting little wins here and there. I was praying that we could find a way. You got to go take the Saints down, like 1-7. Give me a freaking break. You beat Green Bay at home and then turn around and lose to the Saints. That was a very tough pill to swallow, but at least they followed.
That goes to show you, though, any given Sunday, anybody can win. You got to come prepared every week with the same intensity. I felt, because being at that game, I felt like it was just like a weird feeling. Like even in the crowd seemed to be just like very like non-energetic or whatever.
Yeah, it was very flat, right?
Exactly.
It was a flat game that came out flat. Fans were kind of expecting someone to show up, and no one showed up. And I think that's a lesson learned, right? Because you go on an away game and you go to Atlanta and you own Atlanta, right? Where were you guys at when you were watching that game? How did that make you feel to be able to, go into Atlanta and finish that off with a sweep?
For me, I was at I was at home, obviously in newborn phase. I'm trying to hold my daughter in between losing my mind at the TV, and also my kids are wanting to play football outside. So I promise you, buddy, I'm coming. Just let me finish this game. We got 8 minutes left, and he's like, 8 minutes? That's forever. But so I have to move my operation outside to my outdoor patio, and I got the TV on, and my neighbor who lives beside of me shows up, and he's like, what's going on over here? I've never heard a grown man scream at the TV. Like, I feel like I'm missing out on something. I've got to watch this game with you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was really down in the dumps when we go down the field, score right away, and then go down 21-7. I'm like, this is insane. Like, we couldn't tackle. Robinson was just running all over us, doing whatever he wanted to do. It's like he was bouncing off of everybody. So I was feeling a little down in the dumps, but you know what? The fact that the defense held them to 6 points in the second half, they figured it out. And then when it mattered most, we figured it out and were able to pull it out. And my kids, they got the biggest kick. I went running through the yard. I was screaming. They were excited. I tackled them to the ground. It was just a hilarious but incredible moment.
I watched the game downstairs and on the big screen, and we specifically made family photos from 4:20 to 4:40 because I was like, the game should be more than likely over at that time. So we're
a terrible fan right there, man.
And we're it's coming up at 4:00, and we're like, I realized like we still have a chance to win this game, and I have to leave. So I've got the game on my phone, and we get there, and then of course it goes into overtime, but I'm trying to take photos with my phone in my hand and like just put it behind my back or on the ground or whatever, just trying to catch every single play. Yeah. So I finished the game like that, but man, I've been so happy in my life. We were just.
Well, you guys are both clearly family men because you guys are both multitasking and watching a critical moment in the game.
I told Lena this is true love because I can't imagine another life I would have ever done this for anybody else.
That's grounds for divorce right there, man. To schedule pictures during the game.
No, we don't want to say the D word, but I will say this, man. Man, you guys are some diehard fans, and hopefully, Chris, your neighbor is now a converted Panther fan.
Well, he's a Titans fan, and
we don't want to talk about him then.
He has absolutely nothing to cheer about.
Speaking of Lena, she actually was the only year she cheered. She cheered for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, really?
That's the year y'all went to the Super Bowl.
I did not know that.
So she cheered for 1 year and retired. And at the beginning of the year, she's got her cheerleading outfit up on the wall. And we lost the first game. And I said, next game, you're going to have to put that uniform on. Since the last time I feel like had a winning streak was when you were cheering.
Well, Lena, you need to go ahead and find that uniform and just wear it on Sundays, okay? It's bigger than you. It's bigger than us.
Yeah, I said the same thing, but I'm going to say J2 said so.
Well, we have it here. We need to wear. Hey, look, if you cheered during 2015, 2016, you need to put the cheerleading jersey back on.
I agree.
Or outfit.
Hear that,
man. Yeah, put it back on, girl. No, but before we get out of here, I want to transition a little bit, still keeping it, Panther a little bit. Chris, how good are you at freestyling on the spot?
I am not good at freestyling on the spot. That has never been a strength of mine.
Yeah.
But I'm good at writing.
Yeah, because the other day we were talking about Carolina Mike and just kind of like it's awesome to see a fan obviously get some exposure, but especially him with the music and whatnot. 150,000 is a top hit here in the Carolinas now, and we talked a little bit about possibly doing a remix and whatnot.
Have
you guys ever made Carolina football-esque type of song?
No, but what I will say is I just wrote a song recently that I really love a lot. In fact, I've written 2 songs recently that I really love a lot around sports. or it's like a sports related, but one specifically it's very football related about a relationship and comparing a relationship to your favorite football team being ranked preseason number one. So the song's called Preseason Number One, and
Wow.
I used that as a metaphor for a relationship. Like these two people have everything that you would ever want in a couple, and they're just hot and heavy early in, like everything's perfect. You can just sense they're going to get married. Like if they were a football team, they're so perfect for each other that they would both be preseason number one. And then it doesn't work out. They end up breaking up at the end, and it's like it's hard to believe, man. We were preseason number one. Like we should have gone all the way. And it's crazy to think about, but sometimes that's just not the case. The best team doesn't always win, and I feel like the song turned out so freaking well.
Yeah,
Oh
dude,
man,
I love the song a lot.
really? We gotta hear that, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'll text it to you.
yeah, let me know because we might be able to do something with that.
I know we got to get Carolina Mike in the writers' room. I'd have to Zoom just because of the baby situation, but I've got an idea for the song that I think could work really well. I basically have a lot of the chorus already written out. We just need some good verses, but
well, I'm pretty sure all the fans would love that. So we need to
should
get
do it.
on that. We need to get on that ASAP.
Let's go. Count me in.
Dude, well, let me get. So you guys did perform. You performed at. When did you guys perform here at the Carolina?
Yeah, it was a
Bank of America
halftime
Stadium?
show, and that was back in. Was that
Oh,
2020?
we still had Baker and Christian McCaffrey then, but
We
then
sure did.
I think that was the last game before Matt Rule got fired.
It was also the game Baker Mayfield got hurt because I remember he came out to the bus on crutches, and we were like, "Oh no."
Well, speaking of the guys that are not here anymore, the Panthers' playoff dreams are in their hands a little bit. You know, if we play Baker Mayfield twice, we play Christian on Monday Night Football, and we play Sam Darnold.
Yes,
Seahawks.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of guys out there that are kind of feeling some type of way about the Carolina Panthers.
For sure.
There might be a song in that at some point too.
100%.
No, man, you got a new album out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, new album out called Shade Tree. By far my most favorite record that I've ever recorded from top to bottom. I had a hand in writing 99.9% of the songs on it.
Nice.
And yeah, man, it was a mix between, I think, 5 years from my last record. And that's because the industry kind of changed a lot and moved more towards getting singles out as quickly as you possibly could. So I started taking that route, but then people started putting out records again. And I thought, you know what? I would love to do that. When I first got into the industry, my records were at Target and Walmart, and we were still in that ages where CDs were still a thing, which is freaking nuts for me to think about where we were then.
Oh, boy, you old, boy.
I agree. I am old.
I'm old too, then. That's all that means. We're all old on here.
But yeah, it's one of those things that I just picked what I thought were my 12 best songs, 11 best songs, whichever it ended up being, and threw them out in the world. And then recently I just released a cover of an Elevation song that I love so much, that's meant so much to me over the years for a lot of different reasons, called "Oh, Come to the Altar." And I feel like it was really just a way for me to let fans in on a little bit more of who I am, not only as an artist, but as a human and father and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just excited to have a bunch of new music out in the world. And again, I'm constantly writing, literally almost every day. And I feel really good where I'm at right now, man. It's been a blessing.
Well, that's awesome, dude. I'm pretty sure everything's out there on every platform. So make sure you go check out the new music. Especially that "Oh Come to the Altar." I remember, so when I saw that on Instagram, I was like, "Whoa, okay!" Like, because that's one of my favorite songs as well.
Oh,
and
heck yeah!
I'm a true believer in you get an opportunity to share your testimony
Yeah,
you better do it. And I think that's an awesome way for you to be able to establish that, bond and that connection with your fans to let them know that, you don't do this life alone. There's a guy that's, always looking down and making sure that everything's straight. Um,
absolutely.
Before we guys go though, fans, I know that you're upset that this time has come to an end, but before they go, Cory, I want to start with you.
All right.
Keep pounding. What does it mean to you? And give me, some insight as far as how you may have had to live that through in a part of your life, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's a good question. The keep pounding, obviously, to me, just means you just keep getting up. Whether it's life's hard or not, just keep going. And I guess a keep pounding moment for me would be, when we first started out in music and stuff like that, man, it was not easy because when you're at the bottom and you're touring nonstop for basically no money, and in that point in time, I had a new son, so the constantly being gone and not making a ton of money, you have to start having those thoughts creep in, man. Like, should I just give this up and just, maybe
Mhm.
give a little more stability and stuff like that for him? But we just kept plugging away and kept
Kept
pounding
pounding.
more or less. And
Kept
yeah,
pounding.
kept pounding more or less. And, here we are today. And I'm so thankful that we kept pounding because it has just been the best life slash constantly getting to play incredible golf courses across the country. And I look back on it and think, man, if I just did not just keep on pounding through that, I'd have missed out on so much.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
it was so hard that looking back on it now, I don't think I could ever go back through that.
Yeah, I mean, you only get one life, so that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think Cory really nailed it on the head there. I mean, I think for me, same thing. That's the in this industry is so freaking hard, and there's so many artists. And when you're traveling through the middle of the night, driving yourself from city to city, and you're exhausted, and you're losing. I mean, as the guy who was the artist, I was paying my guys just a little bit of money at the time. I didn't have anything, and it's easy to get. I understand why people give up in that moment. It's hard, like it feels impossible, but I think you just got to believe in yourself and hang on if you truly do believe in yourself, and anything's possible. So yeah, we're both thankful that we were able to keep pounding. Uh, Through all those late sleepless nights trying to get to the
Yeah,
next city to literally lose money just to get on
yeah,
stage and play in front of people. And it feels good to work hard for something and to finally see it pay off in the end, especially from two boys from little old Kernersville, North Carolina, man. We never thought any of this was even possible, didn't even know where to begin. And the fact that we get to do it now together. And like he said, it's the most joyous thing in the entire world is getting off that tour bus in the morning, wherever we're at. Uh, Already have a great golf course set up, get up, play golf, and then just get ready for the show at night, man. There's truly nothing better than that.
yeah, man.
So we got to get you out on the road with us, bro. Come out on
Yeah,
the
man.
tour
I'm
bus.
ready.
Let's
I'm,
do a
I'm
little
ready to go
golf.
on tour, man. Let's
Let's
do it.
go.
Give me a couple songs to sing. We can get active. No, we're gonna write a song. I forgot about that.
There we go.
All right, and then this is actually the last one. Bryce Young coming off of a 448-yard record-breaking performance in Atlanta. He walks into your garage right now because that's where you are, Chris. What is
Yeah.
one thing that you what is one thing that you would tell Bryce before going into the Niners game on Monday?
I'd say first and foremost, Bryce, I hate to ask you, but can you help me get some of these leaves up in my yard? They're coming down. um, Man, I'd say just be a dog. Like, go in there, go get it, want it bad, and get the team hyped up.
Yeah.
The Niners are going to be a tough team, but we beat Green Bay, we beat Dallas, we beat a lot of really tough teams this year. Just get the team hyped up, man, and be ready to go. Coming off of an incredible game, let's make it another incredible game right behind it.
I love it. What about you, Cory? What would you tell him?
I honestly would say I would, because I've actually thought about this, because growing up and I played quarterback and stuff like that, I could not see over the line in high school. I always had to do rollouts. So I'm just shocked for him to be able to make those passes and all that. And I mean, he's probably just my same height as well. So it's incredible to see him do that last week. And we know that he can do it. I would just be like, whatever you just did there, just keep on rocking with that, because that was incredible.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
we've met him before. I know obviously you've spent probably a lot of time around him, but he seems like the most genuinely nice guy.
yeah.
But on Monday Night Football, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Get out there and do it big.
I believe he will, man.
Yep.
And I think a lot of fans are ready for it. This is our moment, man. You know,
Let's go.
We're closing in on the end of the season, and we're going to keep it rocking in playoffs. So I think
Heck
we're going to
yeah.
get it. I think these boys are going to get it done. I think Canales is doing a good job of bringing everybody together and meeting guys where they are, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's just awesome to see them play together with so much confidence. So I think the Niners are going to be in trouble. So we'll see.
Absolutely. I love to hear that.
Thank you guys for joining me, talking like we're just in the living room. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Stu and the Crew. We will check back with you next week.